शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ। सामना करने की शक्ति आत्मा पाए, लाखों तूफान आए पर उसको बुझा न पाए। आत्मज्ञान का अमर दीप ऐसा दिव्य जलाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ। सुख दुख की सारी बातें भली बुरी ये दुनिया, अपने अंदर हम समाते सागर की हम नदियाँ, पीकर दर्द सभी के मन का अब तो हंसो हंसाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ।
Good morning and welcome back to Pavitrata series on purity. Today, episode 9. A very beautiful song which is saying, be lost in the love and remembrance of Shiva, who is God, the supreme soul, the highest on high. Don't only remember Shiva or God, but be completely immersed in that remembrance. Be lost in it. Be completely absorbed into it. So let us continue today with the subject of cleanliness. Purity, complete purity is based on the cleanliness of mind, body, heart, and relationships. And we started this discussion a couple of days ago, saying that the soul is seen as a holy swan. Holy swan, a swan is a bird that chooses cleanliness. It's completely white as a symbol of having a very good intellect that is able to discern what is right and what is wrong, what is white and what is black. The swan is able to pick up the pearls amongst all the stones. So the holy swan, the soul, is living in the temple that is the body, and that body is meant to be clean and pure, and we have looked at how we preserve the cleanliness and the purity of the body. And then yesterday we discussed about the purity and cleanliness of the mind and how we can create a timetable for the mind throughout the day so that the mind remains busy with what is really beneficial for the soul. So today we continue by looking at the cleanliness of the heart. Let us read a few words from the teachings of Raja Yoga from January 1990, 6th of January 1990. The third aspect is cleanliness in the heart. So body, mind, and now heart. You know that honesty is cleanliness. Put your self-progress, that is your effort, whatever it is, honestly in front of the Father. So, firstly, there is a cleanliness in your own efforts. And secondly, the extent to which you are doing service with a true heart. And so there should be cleanliness in this aspect. If you are doing service with any selfish motive, it cannot be called true service. So to what extent are there honesty and cleanliness in service too? Some of you think we have to do service anyway, just as when a government officer has to do their duty, whether they do that with a true heart, with carelessness, or out of compulsion, they somehow have to pass those 8 hours. In the same way, if you think that this service is a duty you have been given by the Almighty government, for you to do service in this consciousness is not called true service. So cleanliness of the heart means cleanliness of our effort, of our intention, and the cleanliness of our service. What is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing? And it can be done only as a duty. You have been told to do certain activities and you are doing them as if you are in a job. And sometimes in a job, people can do that job out of some sense of having a duty. They just stay there for 8 hours. I know different people who used to sit at a desk for 8 hours just trying to spend their time in that way so that at the end of the month they get paid. But here we have to question ourselves. How deep is my desire to help God in his task? How clean is my intention? How clean is the heart? So if you think that this service is a duty you have been given by the Almighty government, for you to do service in this consciousness is not called true service. It is not just a duty, for the original personality of you souls is that of service. So the original personality of Brahmin souls, of souls who are right now studying with God, their personality is one of service, of helping others to get that understanding. The original personality will not allow you to stay without doing true service. So check in this way to what percentage you have done service with a true heart, that is, with the original personality of Brahmin life. You have had so many meetings, you have given so many courses, but what is the percentage of cleanliness and purity in that? It is not just your duty, but it is your original personality, your original dharma and your original karma. Dharma means our original religion, so to say, our original ethics, our way of being. So dharma means who we are and how do we act in this world. And karma is our action. So it's said that our original way of being is a way of serving others. And our original karma, our original action is to put that into practice, is to really take action to be with our brother souls and to share whatever we have understood. If there is anything that I have understood from this purity endeavor, from the sadhana that I'm doing, let me share that with others, but let me share it with a clean heart. No hidden agenda. What is a hidden agenda? The hidden agenda is a desire for name and fame. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this for my name to become famous or to get some fame or to get some appreciation, some value, some respect, some regard from others? Others should be speaking about me, should appreciate me. That is not a clean heart. That is not the right intention for doing service. Our service, we have to check the intention for whatever we are doing, motivated by our knowledge, by our meditation, by our yoga. We are motivated by that. And why are we doing what we are doing? And that is coming back to the health of the heart. When the heart is healthy, the heart will be driving our effort. when we are only head-based, when we do everything from mental analysis or whatever reasons we have created in our mind, we can get sidetracked. We can start to think too much about our reputation, about our image. And what is resulting from that is that false image of the self. We keep thinking, oh, it would be so nice if I would be on YouTube. It would be so nice if I would be on Facebook. It would be so nice if I would have so many likes. We start to consider all that aspects, and what we create a false image of the self. We start to create a spiritual image. I'm no longer who I am. The name of this body is Ioana. I'm no longer that body. I'm no longer that. I'm someone a little bit famous. I'm someone who creates a spiritual image, a spiritual ego. I'm so spiritual, I'm better than others, I'm better than my neighbors. That is starting to corrupt our service. Our service is no longer pure. Our service is no longer done from the love that we have for God and for what God wills for us, what is God wanting for me to do. But we start to do service, we start to take action to increase, to improve that image of the self. So others perceive us as having a good image of the self. Others will appreciate us, will recognize us, will give us a place in the front row. We can sit in the front row and we can be recognized by others. So this is when our effort is done a little bit too much from the mind, from the head, from the mental, from that ego. Ego takes over. But when the heart is healthy, when we keep that heart beating for God day and night, it is an endeavor, it is an effort. We all do that effort. And occasionally we observe that ego takes over again and again, but we go back to the health of the heart. So our whole effort here is to keep our heart healthy. There are so many things about the healthiness of the heart. If we look at the healthiness of the physical heart, it is a study from Harvard University that is saying a few things. Let us remember, because the physical heart is also an engine for our effort. So let us remember 5 points about the health of the physical heart. So here we speak about the spiritual heart, but the physical heart should also be kept healthy. That is a foundation. So the Harvard University did this study and they said, very simple. First point, take a 10 minutes walk every day. Go out of the house and do some exercise. Have some walking time outside. Do some jogging. Go and visit a neighbor, but don't take the bus. Walk to their house. So first point, take a 10 minutes walk. If you already do that, add extra 10 minutes. Second, give yourself a lift. Apparently, it is very healthy to lift weights. You can lift yourself. Don't take the lift today to go up the stairs. Take the stairs, and that will improve the health of your heart tremendously. But on top of that, they say, pick up a heavy book and lift that. I am doing a lot of service in the kitchen. I can pick all that heavy pots and move them from one place to another. Don't be afraid to pick up heavy pots in your kitchen. Don't be afraid to go in the garden and pick up something heavy. Not too heavy, and you should know how to lift it, but apparently it's very good for our heart. Third, eat one extra fruit and vegetable every day. That is so sensible, and we all are doing that now. Actually, science says increase from 5 to 8 portions of fruits and vegetables every day. Our diet is completely based on fruits and vegetables. Our diet does not include any meat or any eggs, but it can include dairy products if that suits you. So in that diet based on plants and vegetables and fruits, add an extra one today. Eat one extra portion. Fourth, Make breakfast count. Have a good breakfast. Have a breakfast made of juice, of cereals, and of fruits and raw food. Raw food is foundation. It has so many benefits for our health and for the heart. So try to add today in your diet something that is raw, something that is not overcooked or not cooked at all. And finally, fifth step, stop drinking your calories. Take care of what you are drinking and stop drinking that sugar-based drinks. If you have sugar-based drinks, even tea or coffee, try to reduce the sugar. And definitely, I don't take any drink from the shop that is produced outside of the house. Any Coke, any sugar drinks. It's better if you can stop them from today. So from the health of the physical heart, we can do all these little things. Walk more, drink less, eat raw, make exercise, and lift yourself, uplift yourself. Try to remember these points. We are aiming to have a healthy heart, and that healthy heart is very much supported by meditation. And there was a study done with Raja Yoga meditators. They have divided them in 3 groups. One group, about 15 people who were meditating for 2 to 5 years with this method, Raja Yoga meditation. Then the second group, a group that were experienced in meditation, over 10 years of meditation. And the third group, the control group, they never did any meditation of any kind. And then they measured all the parameters of the heart functioning. And they have observed very good results for those who practice meditation. For both groups, 2 to 5 years and over 10 years, their blood pressure, their systolic pressure, that heart functioning was significantly better than the control group. A very simple study replicated by many other studies in Brahma Kumari's University, showing that Raja Yoga meditation can improve significantly the functioning of the physical heart. So we want that heart to function well so that we have that healthy perspective on our life. We can help God so much through our purity. And for that purity to function well, we have to stay healthy and we have to have a balance between heart, head, and our actions. Now let us look at another important aspect, and that aspect is the aspect of spiritual heart. So we said, if that heart is functioning well, if that heart of the soul is in the intellect, it's in our intuition, it's in our bhavna, it's in our love for the soul, for spiritual matters, and for God. And what shall we do to maintain that health? What we can start observing today to maintain the health of the spiritual heart. And the first and foremost is, who is living in my heart? And there is a beautiful story in Ramayana, a beautiful story in Bharat, in India, scripture. In Ramayana, there is a story of Hanuman. Hanuman was a king that was in a body of a monkey. So he was a monkey king, but he had such a deep love for Ram. For him, Ram was God, the Almighty. And he has a honest, clean, deep, pure love for Ram. He was serving Ram with all his heart. And once he reached the kingdom of Ravan, and in the kingdom of Ravan, Ravan is the embodiment of the vices of lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. Ravan is the embodiment of all these dependencies and negativity and vices. So he reached the kingdom of Ravan, this demon, and they got him and they asked him, how much do you love Ram? You say you love Ram, now we should put you to test. How much do you love him? And Hanuman said, it's very simple. I'll show you how much I love Ram, God. And he opened his heart. He literally opened his chest and opened his chest and he opened his heart. And in his heart was written Ram. So that is a beautiful story to show what is truly in our heart, who is living in my heart. That is what will give the health of our spiritual life. Our spiritual life will be driven by who is living in my heart. Is in my heart living my desire for food, property, friends, position, power, anything else? Or is my heart the place where God lives? And when we give that heart to God, even though we may not be fully accurate in that, we don't know how to do it, we don't feel we are fully honest, we feel there are other things in our heart, it's okay. Let's just start the journey. Let's just create that intention. I want to give a little part of my heart to God. To God means I'm giving that heart to soul, to spiritual matters, to my sweet home, to my sweet family of souls, and to God. So let us start to have in our heart God and God's family living. This is a first point for the healthiness of our spiritual life, for the healthiness of our spiritual heart. Second point, who is living in my heart? Second point, what do I offer to God? What do I offer to others? There are only two options. I can offer to God love, or I can offer to God complaints. Every day, our day can be full of complaints. What is coming from my heart when I sit in meditation, when I speak to others, when I work with others? What is coming from my mouth, from my words? Is it love? It is sustenance? It is support? It is telling God that I'm offering him everything? Or is it complaints? So much in our day, there are complaints. People complain about everything. People complain about their life, about their work, about their friends, about God, about meditation, about knowledge, about food, about past, about future, about weather, about politicians, about everything. There is not a single word in this world that they wouldn't complain about. What is living in my heart? What is coming from my heart? If in our heart is God living, then from our heart will come out a little bit of appreciation, regard, recognition, acknowledgement. Thank you God, shukriya, mulțumesc, davedan, dankeschön. In all the possible languages, let us say thank you from our heart. Let us change our heart from that complaining mode to saying thank you. So two aspects for the healthiness of the spiritual heart. Who is living in my heart? What do I offer to God? Love or complaints? Third aspect, a clean heart. A clean heart means the intention with which I'm doing things. As we discussed, we can do things out of desire for ego, for name, for fame, for appreciation, or we can do things out of the desire of seeing everyone happy. First of all, seeing this soul happy. Our whole cleanliness of the heart starts with self-progress, self-improvement. If we do not recognize that first this soul has to be awake and then I can help others, then everything will be ego-based. If we only look at others and we say, I'm going to sacrifice myself for you, that won't work. That is not spirituality. Everything starts with the soul being awake. And the soul being awake is self-service. I'm serving this mind, intellect, and personality by making the effort to be awake. And when we are awake, when the heart of the soul is awake, everything functions perfectly. We can help others, we can be useful, we can do that service. Everything is natural and automatic. And fourthly, so clean heart. Fourthly, what is in my heart as memories? You see, people have accumulated so many memories, so many past memories. They remember everything. They remember when someone said something to them 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They remember people, places. They remember wounds, hurts. In the heart of man right now, there is so much guilt, there is so much shame, there is so much anger, there is so much resentment and sorrow. How can we clean that? Science is coming with 3 methods. How do we clean a heart that has that wounds, that past memories? And they call this substituting memories. So remember and start applying today this healing of the heart. We don't want any memories in our heart, nothing else apart from soul, the family of souls, and God. And from that, we will transform this world. That is all that is needed to create heaven on earth. We are here to create heaven on earth for all souls. But to do that, we need a clean heart. That heart doesn't need all the memories of the past, all that shame and name and anger and greed and guilt. So substituting memories. And this substitution of memories is able to be done with replacing a past event with something that is beautiful. So you just think of something that happened in the past. But when you think of that, you can think of a beautiful memory that you had in the past. You think of that memory when you experienced peace, love, happiness, joy, confidence, wisdom. And when you think of the memory that created a problem for you, the other memory can come and substitute that negative memory. So this is one procedure. The other procedure is changing the context. Apparently, when we are in a certain context, certain memories are activated. So context can be anything: what I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I touch. So let us create a beautiful context that we can associate with a past memory. So when I create that beautiful context of peace, love, happiness, feeling completely detached, confident, wise, then we can associate that with a past memory, and that past memory will be healed. And they have shown that in a study just 2 years ago, by associating a positive experience with a past memory, a person can change the context and induce a positive feeling when remembering that event again in the future. So it is possible to replace our old memories with positive feelings. And finally, it is making our memories weak. Those memories that were causing phobias, fear, and they have shown that for fear of spiders. When you expose yourself a little bit to one image with a spider, and it's just an image on internet, and you see it for 5 seconds, but that will reduce your fear, that will reduce your past bad memory of that. And then expose yourself again 1 minute to that image with a spider or with anything that you are afraid of. And that again, through that repeated exposure to that stimuli, that fear will reduce. So we want to keep our heart clean. And the spiritual heart, we keep it clean by looking at who lives in my heart. What am I offering from my heart? Keep the heart intention clean. Reduce the importance of the memories that I have stored in my heart. And finally, have a happy heart. Let our heart be happy, because the soul is becoming happy. The purer we become, the happier we are. And a beautiful poem to finish with: oh friends, what shall I show you? And how can I show you what I have seen, what I saw in this gathering. Oh, friends, how can I describe such joy? The voice of Om, like an arrow, pierced my mind, and calm and quiet I became, and all my trouble, all my stories, all my sorrows died away. Thank you for listening.
शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव